guys, Anne-Marie here, and today I'm sharing some New Year's cards. So, Happy New Year, or Happy Birthday, whatever Frosty the Snowman says. Anyway, Happy New Year. And here I'm just pulling together the papers I'm going to use. So I just was pulling neutrals, focusing a lot on silver and black, as I thought those would be kind of my focus or my three colors that I'd be using on multiple styles of cards. But I knew I wanted to use stars, and so I went through my pattern paper and I started pulling kind of anything that caught my eye that either had stars, or I thought I could punch stars out of them and it would look especially pretty. And if it still kind of went with that, like it would work with the papers that I had pulled out so far. And this felt like a good amount of paper. So I got out my Sizzix star die. Then we get to go super fast. I'm just going to cut everything into 4.25 by 5.5 squares. Not squares, rectangles. So here I'm just checking that 4.25 by 5.5 size is just about perfect, but it is a tight fit and I don't want the paper to slide around. So I did stick it very carefully with washi. So now I was thinking about the sentiment, and so I went digging through my stamps to see if I had any Happy New Year's and which ones in particular I liked. So I found this one actually in a set of Christmas stamps, and it said kind of something like wishing you a Merry Christmas. It was one of the combinations you could make, and so then the completion of that phrase was and a Happy New Year. So I want the Happy New Year. I liked the script font, and that size was going to fit my card the best. So I was just going to have to mask off that front part of the phrase. So here I go. I'm starting to actually lay out and assemble the background mat and the stars for each card. So this is one where I used that negative space as a background and kind of as a placement guide, except I popped the stars with foam tape. So there was a little extra dimension. And for this one, I'm going to make my first shaker card. So I am applying some Mylar. It did get a little too close to the edge there on the die cut, and so I had to do a little surgery and make sure that that was stuck down really well and that it looked seamless. But then we're going to add foam kind of around the stars to kind of keep the sequins and glitter and shaker mixture, etc. contained. Making a shaker with just that big star, that would have been okay. I think there would have still been enough movement, but the two smaller stars, they wouldn't have functioned very well as shakers on their own just because of the size. So what I ended up doing was kind of just doing an outline of the three stars, but I let the shaker mixture go all among all three of them. And my favorite part about shakers, besides obviously the like magic of shaking them and all the sparklies, is choosing the sparklies to go inside it. I just think, I don't know, it's so much fun. It's like you're making a little potion, and it's actually just really cute. So I love having that chance to kind of mix and match and play. Then of course I get to check it out. I get to shake it around, make sure things are moving okay, and that it looks pretty. There were other times with the cards that I just put stars on the field in the background, arranged them however I wanted, and just did traditional die cuts with free placement. And that was like the simplest, and I did kind of like those a lot. The shakers are probably my favorite, and then these. Once all of my stars were arranged or popped or shaken, beshooken, I don't know, set up to be a shaker, then I went back and I was adding sentiments and final touches. So for some of the plainer cards, that meant I was adding some bling to liven them up a little bit. And then they all needed those sentiments added. Here I'm just showing how I masked off the sentiment. I just took a clean Post-it and covered the part of the sentiment that I didn't want to show. Of course, I could have just stamped it and then trimmed it at the beginning too, but I was trying to, again, be efficient with my supplies, and for whatever reason, it made the most sense for me to mask because look, I can get 3 the math was mathing. I could get 3 sentiments onto one of those strips when I was able to mask them and center them how I needed to. All right, so now we have some close-ups. You can see they're all a little different, but all kind of the same. Again, my favorites were the shakers, but then I really liked the plain kind of die cut ones with the bling added and scattered around. The negative space was probably my least favorite. It was fine. It came in last of all the kinds that I made. I also did not love the line drawn stars. Again, I had issues with some of them, so that was definitely part of it. But it didn't work well with that negative space idea especially, so meh, maybe next time. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you'd leave a like and consider subscribing, and I will see you next time. And in the meantime, have a happy, scrappy week. Bye!